News 11 exclusive. No doubt about it, we all bleed red. But what exactly does your specific blood type say about you? Given the current shortage of blood, the role it played during the pandemic, and the lives it has saved, I wanted to dive deeper into the topic. There are four main blood groups, A, B, AB, and O. You may have heard those letters tossed around, but do you know which one is circulating inside of you? Like eye color, your blood type is determined by your parents. But regardless of which type you are, they are all capable of life-saving work.
Tragedy strikes without a moment's notice. In each of those three occasions, my dad, my mom, and my brother, all on separate occasions, when they got out of bed that morning, they had no idea that later that day they would be in the hospital receiving blood transfusions.
Sue Thu is the communications manager for Vitalant. Vitalant is the sole supplier of blood in Yuma. Her involvement is personal.
My mother fell and hit her head and had a brain bleed, and they gave her 4 plasma transfusions.
In fact, one blood donation can save up to 3 lives.
It's not uncommon for an accident victim to use 200 components of blood.
Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood, so it's critical we have an ample supply. However, the pandemic led to a major decrease in donations.
To meet the needs of the 62 Arizona hospitals depending upon Vitalant, it takes 600 people to donate blood every single day.
A third of the population is A positive, but my type, O negative, is considered the universal donor. It can go to anyone, so is frequently given to emergency and trauma patients. Also newborn babies in need, because then doctors don't have to waste any precious time finding out their type.
It's people with bleeding disorders. It's people fighting cancer. It's a lot of different things.
AB, though, for example, is used to control internal bleeding and most often goes to burn victims. Blood does have a shelf life, though, of 42 days, so we are all encouraged to donate every 2 to 3 months.
It doesn't matter if you got a 4-year-old kid. It doesn't matter if you got an 89-year-old grandma or grandpa. It doesn't matter if you got 50-year-old parents. Sooner or later, you're going to need blood.
Eric Gaines knows this all too well.
It ripped my heart out,
He says blood donations saved his daughter's life. At just 4, Zoe was excessively tired, bruising easily, and complaining of growing pains. Ultimately, a blood test revealed acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It's a blood cancer that also affects the bone marrow.
It was just my soul. It was part of my soul, and I didn't know how, it was my baby.
For 2 years, this little girl underwent chemotherapy once a week and had around 15 blood transfusions. Happy to report that little girl is now almost 13, and in December, she'll be 7 years in remission.
I usually take my phone outside and just listen to music and dance around.
But she remembers her time in the hospital all too well, so is now wise beyond her years.
It was rough a little bit, but every kid who has cancer needs to survive, keep strong, and don't let anything ruin their life.
These are real-life examples of the life-saving work your blood can do.
You just never know. You don't know when you wake up in the morning if something bad is going to happen and you're going to find yourself fighting for your life.
The donation itself takes about an hour. Yes, a needle is involved, but take it from me, it's not too bad at all. There you'll find out which blood type you are, literally become a life-saving hero, and get a free snack. Some places are even testing for COVID antibodies, meaning you could learn whether or not you ever had the virus and didn't even know it. Yeah, and even my own dad, when he was sick with cancer, he received a few blood transfusions, and every time he would get this burst of energy because he had good, clean blood in his system that really helped him continue the fight. So Vitalant holds blood drives in Yuma once a month. The next one is coming up this Monday. I will put those exact dates and times on kyma.com, as well as some information for those of you in Imperial County. And I do also want to quickly mention a controversial policy. Gay men have not been able to freely donate, but Vitalant is working alongside the Food and Drug Administration to change that so that more lives can be saved.
Definitely such an